This morning, we're taking people inside the annual technology show. It gives us a chance to peek into the future to see devices that may change our lives in the years ahead. This week, the new gadgets include robots that help around the house. Massive new TVs are being unveiled at the show. One big difference, it's all virtual this year, of course, because of the pandemic, but many of these devices focus on our health and activities at home. Isn't that convenient?
Yeah.
Brian Cooley from CNET joins us now with a look at the latest trends. Brian, before you get into it, I want to remind people that this show is where we first saw headphones, the VCR, CDs, portable phones, home computers, video games. There are things that really stay with us forever that pop up here first, and a lot of things that we never see again. Let's see what we got this morning.
Yeah, that's the problem. Too much of what's at CES is what we call vaporware in the business. It arrives at the show and never arrives anywhere else. But everything I've brought you today has a certain concreteness to it.
Okay. I understand there is a robot from Samsung that can pour a glass of wine. That sounds like a keeper.
Yeah, in this day and age, make that two. There's one called the Bot Handy. It's literally gives you a hand around the house, one hand, because it's a one-armed robot that has a very articulated arm. Now, that may not be new, but what's interesting here is it uses its sensors and cameras to detect the material of what it's about to pick up, and therefore do it properly, as opposed to picking up a delicate wine glass and shattering it because it's a clumsy oaf. So this is kind of a new wrinkle in this ongoing march to say, how do we make robots that are not just amazing, but useful? Many consumers ask us at CNET, hey, the smart home tech is cool, but where's the stuff that will save me real labor and time? And robots tend to go that direction.
Yeah, I like the idea of that. Tell me about the Flow.
Flow is a new, coming to market soon, light emitter that you put into your nostril, turn the thing on for 10 seconds, and it delivers blasts of carefully measured, totally safe infrared and red light. Why would you do this? Because it turns out that does something called photobiomodulation, which will cause your nose and that area to not have a histamine reaction. In other words, it's light that stops allergic reactions.
In other words, it's magic as far as I'm concerned. An invisible beam into your nose that eliminates allergies. I like what I hear. Tell me about these virtual medical exams, though, if you do still have some symptoms you would like a doctor to check out, but you don't want to travel.
Yeah, check this out. This is a product called TytoCare. We have a lot of talk about remote health and telehealth here at CES, as you can imagine, because that's become so important. Let me go to this other camera here. I can show you this device. So this TytoCare thing you get is like there's a base module here that has a temperature scanner in the bottom for forehead temp scanning, but it goes way beyond that. Take this little add-on here, clip it on, and now this thing is an FDA-approved stethoscope to listen for heart and for lung function.
Wow.
And it tells you on the screen how to use it. But I've got more. Here's one that clips on, and now it's what they call an otoscope. Little tiny camera right there, you can't even see it, that is going to look inside your ear like a doctor would.
Wow.
And the last trick is this, which is a tongue depressor. This holds your tongue out of the way while that camera in there takes a medically accurate shot of the back of your throat.
Whoa.
And of course, the key to all this is that doctors will then be on the platform so they can see these things as you take the readings, making a telehealth visit way more useful.
Very cool. And apparently, if you're bored in the telehealth waiting room, you don't have to worry about an old grubby magazine that everyone's been touching. You could have a giant big screen TV in your house. Tell me about the CNET.
This may be the most interesting thing I've seen in terms of television at the show. So CNET is a device you would clip onto the top of your home television. It's like a Microsoft Connect camera that people got to know during the Xbox initial arrival of that sensor. And it can tell who's in the room in very simple ways. What it does is say, I see 2 people or 3 people watching TV. If you buy 3 tickets to this first-run movie, you can watch it. If I see too many people come into the room, I'm going to pause the movie and say, you've got to buy another ticket or 2. So it's a way of letting the studios say, wait a minute, we can actually sell first-run movies direct to home at real ticket prices and make sure we're not losing our shirt because you had 20 neighbors come over to watch a $4 rental. Those economics don't work. But if you've got a way to monitor the people that are watching and have a virtual box office on screen, suddenly this idea of blockbusters direct to home starts to make sense.
All right. I'm used to watching TV, not the TV watching me, but I guess the future is now. Brian Cooley, thank you very much. We appreciate it.